everyone. Good evening. Hi Sia. Hello Sushri. Hello PK. Welcome to the session. Now today is a marathon, guys. I know we've been waiting for this marathon for quite some time, because of my health and other reasons. ये थोड़ा सा postpone होता जा रहा था. But yesterday it's time, and guys, today's marathon is going to be very, very important because we are going to take on verbal ability questions from previous years. Okay, now a lot of times what happens is students don't give a lot of importance to previous year questions, or they don't go through them, and that's one very, very, very big mistake that they commit, and I don't want you guys to commit that mistake. So that's why I've made sure कि मैं आपको सारे important जो भी PYQs है उसको go through कराऊं. Okay, so in today's lesson also, guys, I've taken PYQs from approximately 3 slots of the CAT examination. Our focus will be on, we're going in reverse chronological order, 2024, 2023. So, आपके screen पे वो होगा. Okay, hi Sukoon, hello, good evening guys, welcome to the session. So I hope all of you are ready, geared and prepared, guys, for today's marathon. Yes? All of you ready? Shall we start, guys? Okay, come on. So कल के class में, guys, हमने देखे थे 5 questions. Okay, today we're going to carry forward from that, and there's going to be great learning. After every question, I'm going to debrief you, and we're going to discuss exactly where you've gone wrong, why you're not getting that accuracy. Because see, generally क्या होता है ना कि आप लोग मेरे को generally doubts पूछते हो कि मैम हमको RC में accuracy नहीं आ रही है, या PJ में accuracy नहीं आ रही है, या odd one out में accuracy नहीं आ रही है. पर जब आप ऐसे generally पूछते हो, so there's no one size fits all answer. There could be different reasons. Either you're not giving enough time to the question, or you've not understood the question, or your vocabulary is not on point. So there could be so many reasons. Okay, so today, guys, with the help of these questions, which are PYQs, I want you to be, completely, मतलब आप कोई भी अपना जो doubt है वो मुझसे पूछ सकते हो. And you can also ask me, ma'am, okay, see, this is where I'm going wrong. And, we'll kind of analyze it and make sure that, guys, your learning is on track. Chalo. So first question is on your screen. Okay. This is a summary question or an essence of the passage question. So go ahead, everyone. I want you to answer it. I'm going to give you roughly about 2.5 minutes per question. If you take more time than that, that's a problem. If you take less time also, it's a problem because it will affect your accuracy. Okay. So, chalo. First question on your screen. It's an essence of the text summary question. Chalo. I want all of you to try this out. I've also written the year here later for your reference. तो आप बाद में उसको cross check कर सकते हो. Come on, guys. Everyone. First question on your screen for today. Come on, everyone. I want all of you to answer. Hello, FabFest. Good evening. Come on, everyone. Okay. What about the others? Tia says 3. Okay. Shall we have a look then, guys? Okay, Sukoon also says 3. Chaliye, isko dekhte hain. Saurav says 3. Come on. John Cleese told Fox News Digital that comedians do not have the freedom to be funny in 2022. There's always been limitations on what they are allowed to say. I think it's particularly worrying at the moment because you can only create in an atmosphere of freedom. When you're not checking everything you say critically before you move on. So because there's so many checks on what they say that, this is kind of stifling their creativity. What you have to be able to do is to build without knowing where you're going, because you've never been there before. That's what creativity is. Okay, you have to be allowed to build. You have to be allowed to build. And a lot of comedians now are sitting there, and when they think of something, they say something like, can I get away with it? Will they get into trouble, or can they get away with it? I don't think so. So and so got into trouble, and he said that, oh, she said that, all of that. And that's the death of creativity. Okay. Now, the entire passage actually does not basically give you the author's opinion. It's basically a quote. Okay. It basically talks about John Cleese's opinion. Now, let's analyze this. First one, comedians are being prevented from saying what they want, and that is the death of this art form. See, it's not the death of the art form. Okay, now every option that you eliminate, you have to have a solid reason कि आप उसको क्यों eliminate कर रहे हो. Okay, either it's incorrect, or it's irrelevant, or it's incomplete. Now, this option is incorrect. Why is it incorrect? It's a distortion. They've said it's the death of creativity, not the death of comedy. The art form would be comedy. It's not the death of comedy. Comedians must check what they think and say. They must go where no one has gone before. They must go where no one has gone before. Okay, ऐसे मतलब कोई भी 2-3 words जो passage में उसको उठा के दे दिया है, and it does not even give you the important point that it's the death of creativity. Okay, freedom and creativity are essential for comedy. Fear about offending people hinders originality. It's like a barrier. It's restricting. Creativity and critical thinking. So critical thinking, not even mentioned in the passage. Okay, it's out of context. So correct, guys. Your answer option will be 3. Wonderful. Very good. चलिए next question पे चलते हैं. 7th question on your screen, guys. Try this out. It's a sentence placement, sentence insertion question. All of you here present. Okay, we're going to discuss CAT PYQs, guys. Anywhere you feel any difficulty, stop me right there. Ask me to repeat. Don't worry, because these are PYQs and you have to be clear with them. Chalo. Next question. Sentence insertion. You have to tell me, ये sentence originally कौन से blank में था? Come on. Come on, everyone. Come on, guys. Two things you should focus on: logic and language. For this question, mainly language. Take your time, Sia. Okay, you want to say option D. Okay, fine. Sia is out with her answer. What about the others? Option C, option D. You want to say blank 4. I didn't get you. Tell me the option, guys. मतलब आपको क्या लगता है? A, B, C, D. ये बताओ मुझे. अच्छा, C. Okay. Okay, you want to go with C. Option 4. Okay, now guys, I want you to have a look at this. It's a very simple question. So those who have got this question wrong, the reason is you did not focus on the language clue. And that's honestly where I feel a lot of you are going wrong. You're not focusing on the language clues. Okay. Now, अगर मैं आपसे एक simple सवाल पूछूं, okay? They changed and augmented what was already there. ठीक है? ये they कौन है? ये दे कौन है? The world of 1000 differed from that of 1492 in important ways. The travelers who encountered one another in the year 1000 were much closer technologically. They changed and augmented what was already there. Now, you would feel that this they refers to the travelers. They refers to the travelers here. No, understand. They over here refers to the Europeans. कैसे आप बोलोगे मैम कैसे यूरोपियंस क्यों है बिकॉज ये देखो द यूरोपियंस डिड नॉट नाउ दिस इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट लैंग्वेज क्लू ये हम लोग कई बार पैराजंबल में भी मैं आपको बोल चुकी हूँ गाइस सबसेट के लिए नाउ एवरी प्लीज लिसन टू दिस ओके दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट प्लीज मेक अ नोट ऑफ इट क्योंकि मुझे लगता है कि आप 5-6 बार ये गलती कर चुके हो whenever they say, okay, like for example, if your mom asks you, आज क्या खाओगे खाने में? Okay, and you say, I will not have pav bhaji. Okay, उसके बाद immediately you'll have to say na, then what will you have? Okay, if I say I don't like the color blue, then someone will ask you, okay, which color do you like? Okay, if I say that, okay, I will not, I'm planning a trip and let's say I will not go to, I will not go to the mountains. Then someone will ask, okay, where do you want to go? है ना? So, when they say the Europeans did not invent globalization, then what did they do? तो उन्होंने उसको invent नहीं किया. They just changed and augmented. They just changed and increased what was already there. मतलब invention हो चुका था. Invention हो चुका था. Europeans did not invent globalization. They changed and augmented what was already there. Did you understand this point? Okay, and यहाँ पर आपने सोचा होगा कि यहाँ पे globalization दिया है, यहाँ पे डाल सकते हैं. No, see, this was the key. They changed and augmented. उन्होंने invent नहीं किया तो फिर क्या किया? उन्होंने सिर्फ change किया या सिर्फ बढ़ावा दिया to something that was already there. Okay? No, I don't want you to shadow frame actually, Sukul. See, what you have to do is you have to find a gap in the information. Wherever you find that gap in the information, that's where you capitalize on. Because sometimes, the way we frame may not always be the right way. The author might not have thought that like that. So, उसमें काफ़ी दिक्कतें आ सकती है. You'll be creating further problems for yourself. So, instead of that, just find a gap in the information and mainly check these, language clues. Okay, right. So, guys, the answer option over here would be, the answer option over here would be D. Okay, it'll fit in blank 3. Chalo, let's go to the next one. Again, essence of the text, summary. Come on, guys. In the exam also, when you come across such lengthy passages, don't get scared, don't get overwhelmed. Remember, focus mainly on the first and the last lines. Focus on the author's opinion, focus on the keywords. Options would be easy to eliminate. Okay, don't worry. चलिए, ये थोड़ा सा lengthy था. Okay, and again, this is CAT 2024 slot 2. Come on. Come on, guys. Eighth question. Okay, I'll come to that sort of. Try this out, then I'll take you back to the question. Come on, everyone. Come on, everyone. Okay, Kitu says 1. What about the others? This is the keyword, right? Sorry, this is the key line, that they have active cyber troops utilizing many different strategies to spread false information. That is, they are manipulating the public opinion, including spending millions on online advertising. मतलब instead of going directly to war or employing their military, पहले अब वो लोग क्या कर रहे हैं, they are using these communication channels or the social media in order to manipulate people's opinions, and they also have cyber troops in place. Okay, now let's understand the options. As part of conducting information warfare as per the DIME model, many governments routinely monitor telecom data and communications. I'm so sorry, guys. Okay, right. Okay, let's come back to this. And use cyber troops on social media to manipulate public opinion. There's nothing wrong with this. There's no distortion. Okay, तो ठीक है, इसको hold पे रखते. Let's keep it on hold. Following the DIME model, many governments have taken advantage of open data policies of the web to deploy cyber troops who manipulate domestic public opinion using advertising and other strategies to spread false information. Okay. Now, what is the difference here? So you will feel that these options are very close. Okay. Now, they have taken advantage of open data policies of the web. See, there are open data policies. Okay, open data policies है, but to say that many governments have taken advantage of those open data policies to deploy cyber troops, this is a distortion. Okay, A is given, B is given, पर आप A और B के बीच का एक लिंक बना रहे हो जो पैसेज ने नहीं बनाया है, which is incorrect. Okay, so this option goes out. Okay, plus to manipulate domestic public opinion. You're not manipulating domestic. See, domestic public opinion could be, let's say, उस government के country का ही opinion. Okay, but they're not manipulating domestic opinion. They are, yeah, yes, correct, Sukun. So they're not talking about domestic opinion. Yeah, they're just involved. Yeah, taking advantage of that open data policy. This part is wrong. The taking advantage of this and the domestic part. Both. You've identified both correctly. Governments primarily use the DIME model to deploy cyber troops, practice low-grade information warfare, seeking to manipulate public opinion with the objective of inflicting pain and confusion. Again, they do inflict pain and confusion. They do manipulate public opinion. Okay, but again, the way it has come across, it's wrong. Plus, none of these options, that is none, even 3, does not use social media, and that is a very important point. Using together with many military operations, but they're not doing it together with military operations. Actually, they're doing it quite before the military operations. Okay, simultaneously conduct. It's not being done simultaneously. ठीक है, तो इसमें ये words wrong है. So answer option would be 1. There would always be something extra. There would always be something unnecessary. There would always be some distortion, and you just have to find it out. Okay, don't search for the right option, guys. Eliminate, and you will be left with the right one. Okay, right. So I'll just come back to this question for Saurav's point. See, basically, when you're talking about here, travelers who encountered one another were much closer technologically. So when you say closer, that is basically globalization, or that is basically, you're moving to the point ki, it's your world is becoming one. right? So it's not exactly the theme itself or the topic itself is about globalization, right? Because it's talking about exchanges, but earlier those exchanges were just like, you know, trade routes or, you know, but then suddenly they started getting closer. So because of this word closer, the author moves now to the obvious next concept, which is globalization, because globalization stems from becoming closer or close knit. Got it? Clear, Saurav? Yes? Okay. Done, guys. Let's go to the next question. Chalo, ninth one on your screen. Come on. Again, sentence placement, sentence insertion. Come on, guys. And then we'll, you know, again, तो ये CAT 2023 स्लॉट 1 पे आ चुके हैं हम. तो अब यहाँ पे हमको पैरा जम्बल्स भी दिखेंगे, ऑड वन आउट भी दिखेगा, क्योंकि 24 में पैरा जम्बल्स नहीं थे, बट 23 में थे. So we'll get some good PJ practice as well. Come on, guys. Try this out. Ninth question. Okay, I'll just come back to this question 1 second, guys, those who have started. Okay, so Shri says option 3 may primarily. Okay, this is when you say primarily, matlab most importantly, very good point. Yes, we can eliminate also according to that logic. And bola tha they use time model to conduct warfare. किस ऑप्शन में सुकून? Primarily is wrong. This A is fine. ओके, मिक्स नहीं है, आई एम गोइंग इन ऑर्डर. सो हमने अभी तक क्या किया है, 2024 के थ्रू आउट आर क्लासेस हियर वी हैव कंप्लीटेड इट. स्लॉट 3 sorry, slot 1 and slot 2 I have completed it for you over the last week, and slot 3 का जो है I have recorded the whole video of complete paper analysis and I've put it across. Okay, so अब हम 23 पे move on करते हैं. Routinely monitor telecom data communications network on social media to manipulate. No, as per the DIME model, there is information also, right? So, conducting information warfare as per the DIME model. Okay? Not specifically. That's just one part. They have not mentioned specifically in one. Okay? Specifically mentioned nahi hai. As part of conducting information warfare as per the DIME model, because DIME model also includes information. So, but not specifically. Okay? Done. Come on, let's go to the next one. Chalo, guys, 9th question on your screen. Come on, guys. Clear? Come on, everyone. Come on, everyone. Okay, different answers. चलो देखते हैं. This philosophical cut at one's core beliefs, values, and way of life is difficult enough. So there are two important language clues. One is this, and the other one is difficult enough. Okay. Now, the experience of reading philosophy is often disquieting. When reading philosophy, the values around which one has heretofore, मतलब यहाँ तक, अभी तक, organized one's life may come to look provincial, flatly wrong or even evil. मतलब जो values आप अभी तक follow करते आ रहे हो, वो लगता है कि अरे, this is wrong. When beliefs previously held as truths are rendered implausible or unbelievable, new beliefs, values, and ways of living may be required. What's worse? Now, this is the clue. So, when you say something is worse, उससे पहले आप बोल रहे हो something is bad. राइट, सिंपल सा क्लू है ये. हमने कंपेरेटिव डिग्री ऑफ एडजेक्टिव का ये क्लू हमने पैराजम्बल्स में भी डिस्कस किया था. राइट, सो बैड ओनली देन वर्स. राइट, सो इट्स डिफिकल्ट, देयर इज समथिंग इवन वर्स. सो विदाउट अ डाउट, विदाउट फेल, लैंग्वेज, प्योरली लैंग्वेज क्लू के बेसिस पे ये स्टेटमेंट आएगा 2 ब्लैंक में. सो आंसर ऑप्शन हो जाएगा आपका 3. गॉट इट? It's bad enough, it's difficult enough, what's worse? No, मतलब बहुत easy था ये, बहुत simple है. Okay. Arrange किस तरह करते, मतलब I didn't get your point, मतलब किस तरह से पेपर आता है. So see, till now all the 4 RCs, मतलब 2023 तक चारों RCs एक साथ आ रहे थे. उसके बाद आपका पूरा का पूरा VA सेक्शन आ रहा था. Okay. So उसके बाद आपका पैरा जम्बल, ऑड वन आउट, वो सब आता था. But last year what they did was they interspersed it. तो मतलब ऑर्डर में नहीं था, आरसी भी था, उसके बाद VA भी था, फिर RC भी था. Okay, so yes, यहाँ पे you just have to be careful of which answer option you mark. Come on, next one, 10th one. Come on guys, another sentence placement question. I honestly feel that you should target this particular question type because it's a lot easier than the others. ओके, तो इसको ज़रूर टारगेट करना गाइज. एटलीस्ट पैराजम्बल से बेटर एक्यूरेसी आपको यहाँ पे मिल सकती है. यू हैव टू जस्ट फोकस ऑन द लैंग्वेज क्लूज. Come on, guys. Come on, everyone. What do you feel? Option 4. Okay. Chaliye guys, so let's have a look at it. The right answer option over here is option, yes, 4, matlab blank 3. The discovery helps to explain. Now the discovery, which discovery? An important language clue. archaeological similarities between the Paleolithic peoples. Now guys, peoples basically means you're referring to the, like the tribes or the clans, okay, of China, Japan and the Americas. Okay, now if you have a look at this, यहाँ पर अगर आप देखो, they shared similarities in how they crafted. Now they over here refers to whom? It basically refers to these peoples of China, Japan and the Americas. The discovery. Which discovery? Okay, the discovery is mentioned over here. Okay, yeah, the unexpected genetic link. Correct. So that's why the answer option is 4. Okay. Yes, carry creature. दोनों से करा है. I didn't get you. मतलब जिससे आपने किया है आपका 10th and 12th, you'll have to update the same mark sheet. I didn't get you. दोनों से. अच्छा, you've done from CBSE and नहीं पीके, डाइम वाले क्वेश्चन में आंसर ऑप्शन था 1. But how did you do it from both? Okay, come on guys, next one. You have to identify the odd sentence. You have to identify the odd one out. Come on everyone. Next question on your screens. Come on guys. Okay, then I honestly I do not know which one to update here. Then I think you should get a second opinion. I'm really sorry, but I'm not quite aware because honestly I've never come across such a query. तो आप एक बार एक second opinion लेके देखो. I'm not sure. Okay, let's see guys the answer option over here. So 2 और 3 के बीच में दिक्कत है. चलो देखते हैं. In English, there is no systematic rule for the naming of numbers. After 10, we have 11 and 12, and then the teens 13, 14, 15, and so on. Even more confusingly, first I always highlight the language clues. Some English words invert the numbers they refer to. The word 14 puts 4 first, even though it appears last. मतलब 14 अब 1 4 लिखोगे तो actually 4 1 के बाद आता है, but पहले 14 में 4 लगा दिया है. It can take children a while to learn all these words and understand that 14 is different from 40. For multiples of 10, English speakers switch to a different pattern, 20, 30, 40 and so on. If you don't know the word for 11, you would be unable to just guess it. You might come up with something like 1 teen. Okay. Now, my only question over here is, see, आप इसको कैसे करोगे? ठीक है? अब अगर आप देखोगे तो definitely we have to start with 1. क्योंकि it says in English. Okay, it is telling you the context. Okay, it's talking about English. Okay, then it talks about कि मतलब system naming of numbers. Again, it gives you the main idea कि वो थोड़ा सा mumbo jumbo है. Okay, even more confusingly, some English words invert the numbers. If you look at it next, 2 and 4 are they are carrying forward the same idea. मतलब वो भी बता रहा है कि कैसे गलत है. If you didn't know the word for 11, you would be unable to just guess it. You might come up with something like 1 teen. Again, it's the same thing कि confusion है. But if you look at 3, it can take children a while to learn these words. Now suddenly, why have they put the context of children here? A while to learn all these words. And understand that 14 is different from 40. Now, of course, 14 is different from 40. Did you understand my pattern? Did you understand my problem here? See, it's flowing in a very systematic manner. Pehle, they are talking about the tens ka set. Then they are talking about the multiples of 10 ka set. Okay. Yeah, they're talking about the complexities of language, but they're talking about the tens ka set. Then they are talking about the multiples of 10 ka set. Okay, 20, 30, 40. पहले 3 का खत्म कर दिया, फिर 20, 30, 40. अब 14 is different from 40. चलो ठीक है, मतलब उनको दिक्कत हो सकता है, प्रॉब्लम हो सकता है. That is also fine. But it can take children. Now, why specifically have they said children? Okay, उसका कोई context explain नहीं है. Okay, this is a confusing one. But basically थोड़ा सा जो off topic जा रहा है यहाँ पे, वो है children वाला point. And that is why the odd one out over here is 3. Because that's not explained exactly why. Why is it difficult for them? Okay, right. Chalo, let's go to the next one. Come on, guys. Again, identify the odd one out. You have to tell me which sentence is not a part of this paragraph. Okay, guys, I hope all of you are understanding. If you have any, are able to understand, I'm sorry. If you have any doubts, any queries, do voice it. Okay. Come on, next one, 12th one. Come on, everyone. Correct. Yes, Sushri. So that's why 3 is the odd one out. Okay, different answers. Okay, chalo, let's see this. Having an appreciation for the workings of another person's mind is considered a prerequisite or a prior requirement for natural language acquisition, strategic social interaction, reflexive thought, and moral judgment. Okay, it is a theory of mind, though some scholars prefer to call it mentalizing or mind reading, which is important for the development of one's cognitive abilities. Though we must speculate about its evolutionary origin, we do have indications that the capacity evolved sometime. Which capacity? Again, this capacity develops from early beginnings. One of the most fascinating human capacities is the ability to perceive and interpret other people's behavior in terms of their mental states. Okay, so first step, what is the first step always? First step is that you mark out all the language clues. Okay, we have marked out all the language clues. Okay, now try and link. Okay, now if you have a look at this, there's something which is common in most of the sentences. That's some capacity that they're talking about. So let's first capitalize on that. One of the most fascinating human capacities is the ability to perceive and interpret other people's behavior in terms of their mental states. मतलब वो ऐसे क्यों behave कर रहे हैं? What is the mental state that they are going through? मतलब sadness, happiness, anger, whatever. What is their mental state? उसके basis पे हम उनका behavior perceive करते हैं. Okay. This capacity develops from early beginnings in the first year of life to the adult's fast and often effortless understanding of others' thoughts, feelings, and intentions. Again, you're interpreting their behavior, their feelings, their thoughts. Though we must speculate about its evolutionary origin, we do have indications that the capacity evolved sometime in the last few million years. मतलब ये कब आई हमारे अंदर ये capacity? Having an appreciation for the workings of another person's mind is considered a prerequisite for natural language acquisition. See, this basically says कि क्योंकि ये capacity few million years में आई है, इसके basis पे हम और चीजें कर पा रहे हैं. We have been able to, naturally acquire language and so on and so forth. Now look at 2. It is a theory of mind, though some scholars prefer to call it mentalizing or mind reading, which is important for the development of one's cognitive abilities. Okay, it is a theory of mind. Theory of mind. Now first tell me, where have they called it a theory? Now the word theory is very different from the word capacity. Okay, तो यहाँ पे theory कहाँ से आया? Mentalizing or mind reading, okay, which is important for the development of one's cognitive abilities, okay. But now one thing is the theory word is a little off, correct? Now another way of looking at it is कि आप कौन से statement को हटाओगे फिर? Now some of you have said कि okay, 1 could be the odd one out, or some of you have said 3 could be the odd one out, okay. 5 को नहीं हटा पाओगे आप, 5 को बिल्कुल भी नहीं हटा पाओगे. या थ्योरी की बात नहीं हुई, करेक्ट. 5 को तो नहीं हटा पाओगे आप. अगर हम 3 and 4 देखेंगे, they are basically talking about the origin. It's talking about from when it comes about. Okay. We do have indications that the capacity evolved sometime in the last few million years. Now, एक चीज मैं आपको पूछती हूँ. We do have indications that. What are those indications? What are those indications? Those indications are basically कि अगर ये नहीं होता तो ये सब कैसे डेवलप होता, है ना? So 3 and 1 का एक लिंक है. That's what सुकून. 3 and 1 का लिंक देखो. 3 बोल रहा है we do have indications that the capacity evolved sometime in the last few million years. What are those indications? Those indications are क्योंकि last few million years में humans have developed language, social interaction, reflexive thought, and moral judgment. And all of these things could not have been possible unless we could understand the workings of another person's mind. So now that we have all of this, तो इससे हमको पता चलता है कि इसके लिए तो हमको ये चाहिए था, मतलब this has happened before. See, ये देखो, we do have indications. We do have indications that the capacity evolved sometime in the last few million years. अब क्यों? What are those indications? ठीक है, those indications are कि ये natural language, ये social interaction, ये reflexive thought, ये moral judgment, ये सब indications है. These are those indications कि इन indications के लिए हमको ये prerequisite था. So as a human, now that you have these indications, that means you would have developed this much before it. So 3 and 1 are linked because of the indications point. Did you understand my point here? So 3 को नहीं निकाल सकते, 1 को नहीं निकाल सकते, 5 को नहीं निकाल सकते. Okay. From an early beginning in the first year of life to the adult's fast-paced and often effortless understanding of others' thoughts, feelings and intentions. It's related. There's nothing, मतलब कुछ नहीं लग रहा कि okay, why is this word given or what is this? No. But अगर हम ये देखोगे, it is a theory of mind. And though some scholars call it, now this is about what it's called. So that looks like an odd one out. Okay, but this was this was complicated. Okay, this was actually best left. ठीक है, अगर आपने ये छोड़ा होगा एग्जाम में, you would be on the safer side. वरना ठीक है, you would have negative marking तो नहीं मिलेगा. पर ठीक है, पर टाइम ज़रूर चला जाता. So if in that 1 minute, if you are not able to form at least one subset, so like a clue I'll give you, अगर आप एक भी subset definitely नहीं बना पा रहे हो या एक भी mandatory pair नहीं बना पा रहे हो पहले 1 minute में, तो उस question को छोड़ के चलो. It's same for odd one out and same for para jumble. Come on, next one. Here, this is a para jumble. चलो 4 sentences का para jumble है ये. Come on, try karo. Yeah, so if in that 1 minute you're not able to assess even one mandatory pair, you leave it. You drop the question and move on. Because selection of questions is as important as, as any other thing in your strategy. Come on, next one, guys. Come on, guys. Okay, many different versions as expected for a para jumble question. Okay, chalo guys, let's understand this. Chaliye. Okay. Algorithms hosted on the internet are accessed by many, so biases in AI model have resulted in much larger impact, adversely affecting far larger groups of people. दो algorithmic bias ना यहाँ पे किसी चीज को coin किया गया है, उसको term किया गया है, is the popular term for what? मतलब पहले कुछ explanation दिया है, उसके बाद बोला गया है कि this is the term used for it. The foundation of such bias is not in algorithms but in data. Algorithms are not biased. So actually algorithm bias bolte हैं, but actually algorithms are not biased. It is the data which is biased. Despite their widespread impact, it is relatively easier to fix AI biases. Now this talks about a fix. Okay, it talks about a solution. See guys, you should be able to think and mark these points कि okay, यहाँ पे solution आ रहा है, यहाँ पे problem आ रहा है, यहाँ पे एक language clue आ रहा है. The impact of biased decisions made by humans is localized and geographically confined, but with the advent of AI, this is talking about the advent, it is talking about the introduction, it is talking about the, हम उसको ला रहे हैं. So obviously 4 is your opener because of the advent of AI. And then, okay, till now what has been going on? And then with the advent of AI, the impact of such decisions is spread over a much larger scale, is spread over a much wider scale, affecting larger groups of people. For one, okay, though it is called algorithmic bias, it is not the algorithm which is biased, it's the data which is biased. And last में आएगा fix or solution. 412 mentions the problem, and then 3 over. It was very easy. You had to focus on these clues, guys. I'm telling you, you know, one thing I feel is all of you are just going too deep into the topic. What they want you to analyze is the language. Advent of AI, opener. Much wider scale affecting far larger groups of people. 4 in 1 का link हो जाएगा. Solution fix last में आएगा. Over. 4, 1, 2, 3. Got it, guys? Did you understand this? So it's that first reading which is important. In that first reading, you should be able to identify these important clues. Got it? Come on, let's go to the next one. 14th question, guys. Chota sa hai, par try your hands. Come on. So guys, that first reading is important. Identifying these language clues are important. Identifying common links, common statements, common ideas is important. Okay, always, whenever I read a question, what is the first thing I do? I mark out the language clues. You also have to do that. You have to categorize the statements. Ki, okay, this is positive, this is negative, this is a problem, this is a solution. Okay, that first reading is important. But trust me, when you solve a lot of questions, Sushri, you'll be able to get here. Okay, so the main thing is practice. Practice a large number of questions and also the right level of questions. Come on. Four, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 1, 2. Okay, let's have a look, guys. Opener is clear. Okay, good. Why are some crimes destined for perpetual re-examination and others logged into permanent obscurity? Why? It starts off with a question. Okay. What precisely are the unusual elements that make a particular case so attractive to a certain kind of audience? Another question. Now, I'm just not putting them together because both are questions. No, kabhi-kabhi ek question, ek answer, ek question, ek answer bhi aa sakta hai. But let's see. It might be a particularly savage or unfathomable level of depravity, matlab corruptness. Very often, it has something to do with the precise amount of mystery involved. Okay. Unsolved and perhaps unsolvable case offers something that ordinary murder doesn't. Now, agar hum dekhenge, there's a clear link between 2 and 3. Precise amount of mystery involved. Okay, so those cases which have more mystery involved or those cases which are more unsolvable, they offer something that an ordinary murder doesn't. So 2 or 3 ka link hai. And guys, 4 and 1 are related questions. It's not like they're two different questions and two different answers. Two, the author first starts off by asking the questions which are similar, which are linked, जिसका उसके पास एक ही आंसर है. Okay. Acha, good. Okay. So guys, the answer option over here is 4, 1, 2, 3. You start with 4 and 1, which are two important questions which the author asks. 2 and 3 answers those questions. 2 and 3 ka link hai because the amount of mystery, jitni zyada mystery, utna zyada acha. So that's why 4, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Done. Come on. Next one. Alternate summaries. Chalo. Best captures. Don't worry, Sukun. Let's pray कि इस साल भी para jumbles नहीं आए. Yes, correct. Good, Saurav. Chalo. Next one, guys. Essence of the text. We are still on CAT 2023 slot 1. Come on. Come on, everyone. 1 hour almost done, guys. Very good. 55 minutes done into the marathon. Wonderful. Don't worry, don't worry. It's okay. It's just one question type. ठीक है, डोंट लेट इट, इससे ज़्यादा आरसी पे फोकस करो. वी नो पैरा जंबल एक ऐसा टॉपिक है जिसमें लोगों को ना वो थोड़ा ईगो आ जाता है बहुत कि नो I have to get this right because I spend so much of my time trying to solve this and so much of my preparation time on this. But don't let that ego come in the exam. नहीं हो रहा, छोड़ के निकलो and instead try more of, RCs and come on. So it's okay. May not come, even if it comes 2 or 3 question types, don't worry. Hello, Mudli. Come on. 3, 3. What about the others? Okay. What do you think? Okay, let's discuss this. Most of you have given the right answer. 1 or 3 में confusion है. Okay, but the answer over here is 3. Okay, let's have a look at this. Manipulating information, about 1.5 hours, Manju, was a feature of history long before modern journalism established rules of integrity. A record dates back to ancient Rome when Antony met Cleopatra and his political enemy Octavian launched a smear campaign. Again, smear means to damage someone's reputation, against him with short, sharp slogans written upon coins. The perpetrator, a person who commits a crime, became the first Roman emperor, and fake news had allowed Octavian to hack the republican system once and for all. But the 21st century has seen the weaponization of information on unprecedented scale. मतलब ऐसे पहले कभी नहीं हुआ है या इतना पहले कभी नहीं हुआ है. Powerful new technology makes the fabrication of content simple. So now it's become easier and simpler. And that's why they've become more fertile grounds. Disinformation, which is mediated by technology today, is not new and has existed since ancient times. People need to become critical of what they read. Now see, this kind of suggestion, advice is not given anywhere. Use of misinformation for attaining power, a practice that is as old as the Octavian era, is currently fueled by technology. Fine. Octavian used fake news to manipulate people and attain power and influence just as people. This has nothing to do with technology. Okay, so now you're confused between option 1 and option 3. Right. Now, this information which is mediated by technology today, it's not just mediated by it, it's actually fueled by it. So, instead of just, it's not just a medium, it is the catalyst. Like, iske karan aur badh raha hai. So, fuel is a much better word. Okay, that's point number 1. Okay. Now, is not new, fine. Has existed since ancient times, fine. But this is one more important point. When you're selecting an answer option, it's very important to also see the focus. Okay, what is the focus of that option? The focus of option 1 is to say that this practice is not new. Focus of answer 3 is to say that this practice today is fueled by fueled by technology. What is the passage's focus? The passage's focus is not to say that this practice is not new. That is not the essence. That is not the main idea. The main idea is to say कि कैसे technology अभी इसको fuel कर रहा है. Okay. So the essence of the text is the main idea and that has to be projected in that way. 1 में focus क्या है? This is given as additional information. See, it's also put within commas. Okay. It is just given as additional information. Okay, disinformation is not new. That is the main point. But that is not the main point. The main point is this, that it's fueled by technology and this should not be just posed as an additional information. Did you understand that? So this is another important point. Please note this, कि it's not just कि हाँ ये word दिया, ये word दिया, ये word दिया, it's factually correct. No, it's also the way it has been presented. What is the focus of that option? Okay, so that's why, guys, the answer option over here is 3. Clear? Got it, guys? Yes, everyone? Okay. Chalo, let's go to the next one. Ashish sir's class, I think it's there. I'll just probably check in the schedule. Sorry, Sai Krishna, what is your doubt? Passage doesn't tell about the answer option over here. Ashish sir has a workshop today. So at 8 p.m. Sia. Attaining power. Okay, 1 minute. I'll just show you that. So यहाँ पे it's a very important question that you've asked. Attaining power के बारे में कुछ नहीं दिया है. Okay, but if you look into this, यहाँ पे देखो, peddled by states, populist politicians, dishonest corporate entities, for computational propaganda, trolling and troll armies. So what is propaganda? Okay, one more thing. अगर हम यहाँ पर भी देखें, hack the republican system once and for all. Weaponization of information. You're using information as a weapon. As a weapon to do what? you're using it as a weapon to do what? Yeah, that's also correct, Saurav. अगर हम देखेंगे, disinformation could be also construed as a lack of information, and misinformation is basically wrong information. So that's also another important point where we can eliminate one. Okay, got it? Come on, let's go to the next one. Come on, everyone. Next question. So there could be multiple reasons why. But see, disinformation is also false information. That's actually not the main reason why we will eliminate that. And but that's okay. Like, you ignored that part. But yeah, it could be one way of looking into it. But more importantly is, okay, done, sort of. So I'll take it up in the upcoming sessions. Noted. I'll make you do that those RCs. No. Okay, let's look into this. Most of you have gone with either. Okay, there's a confusion either between 2 or 4. 1 bhi aaya hai. Okay. Colonialism is not a modern phenomenon. World history is full of examples of one society gradually expanding by incorporating adjacent territory, settling its people on newly conquered territory. मतलब पहले भी ऐसा होता आ रहा है. In the 16th century, colonialism changed decisively because of technological developments in navigation. Yeah, that began to connect more remote parts of the world. The modern European colonial project emerged, where it became possible to move large number of people. So this basically talks about कि navigation में development के कारण it became closer to even reach, lands which are far off, in spite of the geographical dispersion. The term colonialism is used to describe the process of European settlement, violent dispossession, मतलब land ले लेना, and political domination over the rest of the world, including the Americas, Australia, and parts of Africa and Asia. Colonialism surged in the 16th century due to advancements in navigation, enabling British settlements abroad and global dominance. As a result of developments in navigation technology, European colonialism led to the displacement of indigenous populations and global political changes in the 16th century. Colonialism, conceptualized in the 16th century, allowed colonizers to expand their territories. Now, it was not conceptualized in the 16th century. Okay, it didn't lead to this in the 16th century. 16th century में ये developments हुए, but modern European colonial project could have emerged later also. टेक्नोलॉजिकल एडवांसमेंट्स इन नेविगेशंस इन द 16th सेंचुरी, यहाँ पे 16th सेंचुरी में क्या हुआ है एज पर द पैसेज इज गिवन करेक्टली. Transformed colonialism, enabling Europeans to establish settlements and exert political dominance over distant regions. Again, distant regions is also very important. Now, again, colonialism surged in the 16th century or rose in the 16th century. Now, what necessarily happened in the 16th century clearly is कि 16th century में colonialism changed because of the developments in navigation. So, navigational development is basically associated with 16th century. यहाँ पे surge हुआ है वो गलत है, change हुआ था. यहाँ पे यूरोपियन colonialism को 16th century से जोड़ दिया गया है. यहाँ पे it was conceptualized in the 16th century, that is wrong. So that's why your answer option over here is 4C. There could be many more reasons, but this is one obvious reason because चारों options में 16th century में क्या हुआ है वो अलग अलग तरीके से पेश किया गया है. So that is why your answer option over here is D. Got it? Clear with this? Okay, let's go to the next one. Come on. Sentence placement. Chalo. Come on, everyone. Try this out. Sorry, British कहाँ पे? हाँ, yeah, there are many more reasons. Correct. Here they have spoken about European, but British would be a new idea. There could be various ways of looking at it. This is that one thing that I've caught on. There could be various other reasons why you could have eliminated the answer options. Come on. 17th one. CAT 2023, slot 2. Come on, everyone. Come on, everyone. Okay, अलग अलग options दे रहे हो आप सब. Okay, come on. See, Sia, the new type यहाँ पे it could either be para completion or FIJ. That's all. These are the two areas जो हम नया बुला सकते हैं कि आ सकता है, क्योंकि para completion काफी बार repeat हो चुका था, मतलब it used to come a lot of times. Okay, there was this one entire period जहाँ पे हर year para completion आता था and then suddenly it went out. So you can get para completion or FIJs. Okay, these are the only two unexpected things that, because other things we have covered like RCs हो गया, verbal ability के सारे questions हो गए, uh, you know, vocab, grammar, unlikely, but para completion and okay, I'm so sorry. So could be either para completion or yeah. Yes, please ask your question. Yeah. Okay, now it's fine, right? अब ठीक है? Now it's fine. Okay, come on, let's try this out. And probably much earlier, very prominent language clues. Okay, probably much earlier, moving the documentation for kissing back 1,000 years compared to what was acknowledged in the scientific community. Okay, research has hypothesized that the earliest evidence of human lip kissing originated in a very specific geographical location in South Asia. From there, it may have spread to other regions. From this specific location in South Asia, simultaneously accelerating the speed of the herpes simplex virus. According to Dr. Trolls, who in a new article, find, kissing was already a well-established practice 4,500 years ago in the Middle East. In ancient Mesopotamia, people wrote in, they basically mentioned a script over here on clay tablets. Now, यहाँ पे suddenly, what is that connection? Many thousands of these clay tablets, you're talking about ये clay tablets. तो 3 हम obviate कर देंगे क्योंकि यहाँ पे connect है, gap नहीं है. 1 हम हटा देंगे क्योंकि यहाँ पर भी gap नहीं है, यहाँ पे connected है. Okay. Clear examples that kissing was considered a part of romantic intimacy in ancient times. Kissing could also have been part of friendships and family members. Also matlab in relation to romantic intimacy, it could also have been friendships and family members. So guys, यहाँ से भी हट जाएगा. So the answer option over here basically is 2, क्योंकि यहाँ तक हम लोग वो dating की बात कर रहे थे कि ये कब आया कब गया. Probably much earlier, मतलब something is early, उससे भी ज़्यादा earlier. Okay, so 4,500 years ago से भी ज़्यादा earlier. Got it? Now ये देखो, 3,500 से हम 4,500 years ago में जा रहे. You're moving kissing back 1,000 years. Got it, guys? Okay, so answer option would be blank 2 and option 4. Okay, got it? 4. Chalo, let's go to the next one. Okay, let's take this up as the last question, guys, for today. Come on, everyone. Last question, sentence placement ka. Okay, we will continue kyunki we will continue this over the next week's journey. But chalo, let's try this out. Your English communication is weak. Can you get FMS? It's not specifically only communication. How is your performance in the VARC section? And FMS requires a very, very high percentile. Okay, it's one of those colleges which offer, they do have a lot of seats. They do have a great ROI, etc. But they do take in, especially if you're a general male engineer, the GEM category. Of course, the cutoff would be very, very high, 99.95 and above usually. So, 3 months looks a little tricky, but of course, sky is the limit. You can obviously work on it, but you will have to work at it a lot. Okay, but if 2026 is your goal, then of course it can be achieved. Come on. Come on, guys. Hello, Prabhat. SOP is your statement of purpose, जहाँ पे आप अपने college applications के साथ एक मतलब it's sort of like an essay, you can say, wherein you basically talk about your goals and why exactly you need the course, why exactly that college is a good fit for you, or why exactly this course is a good fit for you. And that is basically SOP. But SOP writing is also a skill, and you need a guidance अगर आप वो before writing that. Come on, everyone. Okay, either 4 or 2. Okay, so guys, the answer option over here is 2. Okay, which is a very good effort. अगर हम यहाँ पे देखेंगे 2 क्यों है? At the core of development economics lies the idea of productive dualism, that poor countries' economies are split between a narrow modern sector that uses advanced technologies and a larger traditional sector characterized by very low productivity. While this distinction, okay, which distinction? Dualism was long held as the defining feature of developing countries, in contrast to developed countries where frontier technologies and high productivity were assured to prevail. ये contrast, yeah, this distinction between developed and advanced economies, it was very simple, just based on this language clue. Got it? Yeah, this time it's in the correct place. Acha, no, I honestly, okay. So SOP, it has to be something which is very personal. मतलब आपके goals क्या है, आपके लिए वो course अच्छा क्यों है, आपके लिए वो मतलब वो college important क्यों है. So what you can do is, first you can note down all the points कि मतलब एक SOP का एक template होता है, या मतलब आप note down कर सकते हो points क्या क्या है which you would want to cover. After noting down those points, brainstorming, because see, मेरा statement of purpose कुछ अलग हो सकता है, सुश्री का reason अलग हो सकता है, प्रभात आपका reason अलग हो सकता है, सौरभ का reason अलग हो सकता है. Okay, so तो हर किसी का एक मतलब तो ideas आप लिख सकते हो, and then you can frame an essay on it, and I will definitely vet it for you. मतलब I will go through it and I will tell you मतलब क्या क्या corrections कर सकते हो आप, या कैसे उसको better बना सकते हो, but it has to be something personal. Okay, मतलब आपको उसका framing में help कर सकती हूँ, या grammatically उसमें help कर सकती हूँ आपका, but I cannot write it for you, and that is wrong also in a way. Okay. With the advent of AI, see, honestly, Saurav, okay, see, I'll tell you one or two things, okay, with my experience with AI recently. See, one thing is definitely when it comes to a statement of purpose, I don't want, like, as I told you, like the brainstorming, the ideas, the reasons why you're going through that will be unique to each one. तो वो तो AI डुप्लीकेट नहीं कर सकता है, वो AI कॉपी नहीं कर सकता है. AI आपके लिए क्या बना के दे सकता है, आपको सिर्फ वो ऐसे लिख मतलब अच्छे वर्ड्स में, अच्छे सेंटेंसेस में बना के दे सकता है. बट दैट इज ऑल्सो समथिंग विच anybody can clearly make out कि this is written by AI. Okay, so I would honestly suggest कि you write it by yourself, you can get it wetted. Okay, मतलब आप उसको प्रूफ रीड करवा सकते हो, पर उसको खुद से लिखो. That is also very important. And one more thing I've seen is AI can go wrong. Like recently I had an experience, with AI itself. So I wanted some content and I wanted really quickly. So I put in this question and it actually got caught. So उन्होंने मेरे को मतलब the AI gave me a very popular, like something which everybody uses. It gave me a wrong answer. Okay, like I'll tell you an example. So it told me, for example, CAT 2024 में let's say parajumbles थे. So it gave me such a wrong answer. Then I said, okay, how did you say that, this, it's there. मतलब CAT 2024 में parajumbles है, how can you say that? Then it said, okay, I'm sorry, I was wrong, I got confused, and this was the reply I got from AI. So AI is not foolproof. Again, we can get to know the difference very clearly. So don't use that. You can use it for, somewhat of a structure probably, but the ideas, the brainstorming, the feelings, the goals, that has to be yours. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So personally, I feel, whenever you create something of your own, that's always the best. So, and we can clearly make out, like we can clearly make out कि essays कौन सा आपने लिखा है और कौन सा AI ने लिखा है. It's very, very clear. Okay, chalo guys, let's stop here for today. Great practice. We'll continue with this because, we have to cover a lot of PYQs. Next week again, be a part of the regular sessions, guys, at 5 p.m. We'll try to bring about the most, the toughest passages. जो मतलब as Saurav also said. So we'll take those up, okay? And I'll meet you now tomorrow. Sorry, not tomorrow, Monday at 5 p.m. Okay, yes. Okay, डन गाइस. सो गाइस, अगर आप कोई टॉपिक चाहते हो जिस पे हम क्लास ले, गूगल फॉर्म फिल करो, डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में अटैच्ड है. आज सर का लाइव वर्कशॉप है तो इसको ज़रूर अटेंड करना. 8 बजे है गाइस. आशीष सर आपको मिलेंगे. व्हाट टू स्टडी नाउ फॉर कैट 2025 एंड व्हाट टू लीव. दिस इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट बिकॉज यू हैव टू प्रायोरिटाइज द टॉपिक्स. अभी तो आप आए, 5 बजे से हम है. डोंट वरी प्रभात, we'll have more of these marathon sessions. And I'll see you all tomorrow also at 5 p.m. Okay, and guys, the race to success sale is on. एक कदम सफलता की ओर, जहाँ पे आपको कैट एंड उमेद सुपर पैक मिल रहा है 6,999 पे. कोड कौन सा लगाना है आप सबको पता है. इट इज कोर MBA. Thank you so much everyone, and I will see you all soon. Take care everyone. Bye bye. Thank you so much. Please like, share and subscribe, and be regular to my live classes on YouTube at 5 p.m. Thank you.